Hello friends, and welcome back to the Goblin Mode podcast / vlog. My name is Cheeky. It's been a while.
Goblin Mode! Goblin Mode!
Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. My name is Cheeky and I'm the host today. Welcome in. Nars is not going to be hosting the show with me. I was gonna say Nars is no longer with us in like a really somber voice because like that's my sense of humor. But then I don't want people to have a panic attack or something. But no, basically Nars got a new job. Not new. It's since we filmed last, which I don't even know when my last video was for the pod. But basically, it's been a while. I think it's been like 6 months, give or take. And we owed you guys a video. It could have actually been way longer than that, and that's just how long it's been in my mind. But this is the setup for today. I'm at my desk. I was planning on doing this in a different area of the house with my other mics and stuff, but this is already set up. And it's hilarious because I've been painting like a mad woman, and I made the Goblin Mode logo, and I forgot this camera is flipped, so it's the MG today. The other day, I was thinking to myself how I really wanted to reboot the Codcast. Hello. The podcast, which it's not even really a podcast because it's only on YouTube, but that's mainly because I don't know how to get a podcast onto a podcast type situation, nor do I really want to, because me personally, I watch podcasts all the time, like multiple times a day. I'll get into what I've been watching later during the media of the week, media of the month. But yeah, I always watch. I'm like a visual person. I definitely like to listen as well, but like, I don't know. I think if you're someone who watches podcasts, you know that watching them interact on screen is so much better than just listening. But obviously there's people who have like commutes and stuff and like want to listen on the way to work. They can't have a screen in front of their face. They'll get into a wreck. But yeah, I was like, I really miss doing it. Obviously having a co-host is really great. And Nars is so funny and we like have really great banter. But I think if I'm like waiting around for him to podcast with me all the time, we would never get it done because he works so much. Bless your soul, King. Bless your soul. Because Nars working as much as he does allows me to live out my creative dreams and be a little artist, a little silly Billy who just sits around in my little shitbox all day, fiddling around, which I was gonna paint while I did this podcast, but I don't know. I don't know if I can multitask like that. Like maybe I can, but maybe I can't. I don't know. If y'all see me start painting, just mind your own business, okay? But someone's podcast who really inspired me to reboot as a solo host is Brittany Broski of the Broski Report, one of the most popular podcast / YouTube channels. I just absolutely love Brittany. I think that she's so fucking funny. I'm really angry, like, and jealous and irritated on a molecular level that her and I will never be friends. Well, I never say never say never, because manifestation is real, my friends. And who knows, you know, that you always see celebrities who are like, oh, like I was living out of my car and I became a movie star, and here I am at you know, Margot Robbie's penthouse in London. And it's like, they were like, I never saw my life getting to this point. Like anything is possible. Oh shit. And so it's like, I like to think about that. Like Trixie Mattel. She grew up in a trailer in the middle of fucking nowhere in the Midwest. Like Wild Whites of West Virginia type shit. Okay, maybe not that crazy. But they were like, you know, trailer trash. I'm literally trailer trash, so like I can say that. And I grew up in a trailer partially, so fuck off. But yeah, and then now she's like in my opinion, like the most popular drag queen of all time. Okay, of all time. Whoa. Pump the brakes of our generation, I guess. And you know, Katya, like I love them. But yeah, anything can happen. Like Trixie was just talking about how, like, you know, she's like a star, and never in a million years thought that that would happen to her. So I'm just saying, I'm gonna manifest a friendship with Brittany Broski. Brittany, if you're watching this, which I'm sure you are, let's link up, girl. Let's link. But yeah, so this is gonna be a little choppy, a little shorter than the coming episodes. This is just kind of like a dip my little toes in the water, get back into the groove, get into the what tone is that? There it is. Get into the groove, but you got to prove you love to be. We're gonna work on that, but I really needed to shake off the dust and, you know, just give an update. You guys haven't seen us on this channel in a fortnight times 30. I actually don't know how long a fortnight is. Comment down below what you think a fortnight is. If you don't know, if you know, don't fucking, I'm already gonna know by the time this is out. But I think it's 2 weeks. Like if someone had a gun to my head right now and was like, how long is a fortnight? I'd be like, 2 weeks. And they'd be like, oh, you're in luck. It is 2 weeks. Or would they blow my brains out? Comment down below and let me know. But I have a lot of plans for the podcast. I think obviously Nars is gonna be on it again. He's not gonna be gone forever, but I was just saying, like, to get it back up off the ground. I mean, I say back up off the ground as if it was like anywhere. As if it was like anywhere before. We'd put out like maybe like 10 episodes. Sorry, I'm such a fake fan of my own shit. You really got to believe in yourself and be your own biggest fan, or like, what's the point, you know? So I should really like do some goblin mode research. But yeah, so basically this is gonna be like a get to know me a little bit, my life, my situation, my philosophy. So actually it might be a long video. It might be a long video. This is for like the new people who might be rolling in, and want an update, or people who are, you know, original OG GM Goblin Mode fans, and need an update, and you deserve an update. I will say, normally I'm a little more expressive, a little more like crackhead energy, but I'm freezing fucking cold right now, so I'm kind of like, you know, whenever you're supposed to like kind of ball up a little bit, like to like conserve your like energy and your warmth. Is that a thing? Or is that like you're supposed to like bundle with others? I don't know. I thought I could have swore like somewhere in media or something they were like, yeah, if you're cold, like you need to stay still and like kind of like scrunch up a little bit. I don't know if that's true. But anyways, I'm very cold because I live in a camper, and long story short, I renovated. Cut that. Cut. Run that back. To my editor, cut that out. I'm talking to myself. I'm the editor. I'm manifesting right now that I get popular enough to where my podcast makes me rich and maybe pseudo famous. I don't want to be super famous. I want to be able to go to the Fred Meyer without anybody asking me for a picture. So, you know, maybe like Drew and Enya level fame, like they're really popular and well known, but like I feel like if they went into a grocery store, they might get stopped like maybe once by a Gen Z, you know, or me. If I saw Drew and Enya, I'd be like, girls, grab my hands, girls, I love you. And then they'd be like, you're 31, get out of here. And I'd have my dreams crushed, and I'd go home and kill myself. But yeah, so anyways, long story short, I say that a lot, and I want you to know right here and now that that's a lie. Anytime I say long story short, just immediately know it's a fabrication. It is a lie. It is a farce. and it's going to be a long story, and it's not ever going to be short, ever. Okay? I want you to know that now. Here and now. Here and now. I promise to love. Why do I have all these old songs popping in my head? I do not listen to that. I mean, I heard them like in the car growing up. Anyways, I'm hitting all my points. I'm hitting all my audiences. You know, I'm trying to get like the 50, 60-year-olds, the fucking Gen Zs, the millennials. Yes. So I gotta, you know, it's just like, I'm just such a natural born entertainer that my brain is like, yeah, girl, you need to like really spread your seed. You need to you need to like get it out there to all audiences, really maximize your potential for growth. The funny thing is like I've been a content creator for the past 3+ years. We'll get into that in a second. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about. Okay. Here we go. So, hi, my name is Cheeky. That's obviously not my legal name, but for internet safety purposes, it is my alias. And I am 31 youthful years old. I'm 31. It's really weird to say that because I don't feel 31. I feel like everybody who's older like doesn't feel their age. Like everyone on TikTok is like, oh my god, like I'm just a teenager like trapped in a 30 or 40-year-old body. And it's so true. Like I do not feel my age at all. Like I know I'm technically a millennial, but I definitely feel like I'm more of a Gen Z. And I think that that's because I'm so chronically online, and a lot of my internet pals are younger than me, and like, I don't know, being on the internet constantly keeps me young because I'm like always up with like the trends, the inside jokes, the memes, like what the meta is for the week. And I think that definitely keeps me like more young and more fun and silly. And I'm happy. I'm glad about that because I'm trying my very best to always be up to date on what's going on, because there's so much going on in the world. I always want to know everything. Maybe like current events, yes. But obviously if you're someone like me who like struggles with mental health issues, I'm like, okay, everybody in the world, yup. You can only ingest so much like actual current events before you like want to blow your brains out. But I do think it is important to, you know, be aware of what's going on around you, or that becomes a problem where you're like being ignorant to the world and what's happening, and you're like just privileged, like hiding away. So yeah, there's a balance for sure. But anywho, I've been a Twitch streamer for 3 years, like 3 years plus, like since the pandemic started. I got the idea and like the push from another Twitch friend to like start streaming, because they were like, oh my gosh, you're so funny and really, really pretty, and like you're just like so drop dead gorgeous. like Lorne Michaels said that he wanted to cast you on SNL and you turned him down, and like I was just like, oh my god, yeah, she's too funny for that show. Like, oh my god, that all was really said. And they were like, but so you should take it onto Twitch and try to just, you know, be somebody on there. And I was like, maybe, yeah, whatever. And okay, but yeah, so they were like, yeah, I think you're funny enough to try out Twitch and like blah blah blah. So I was like, okay. So I got on Twitch and I rose to fame pretty fast. And by fame, I mean Twitch's idea of fame, which is like having, you know, 100-ish viewers a night, getting partnered. You know, people recognize your emotes, stuff like that, which like in the grand scheme of things is like stupid as shit. But it was definitely an experience. I still stream here and there, and I normally do like art because I'm a painter and a crafter, a creator. And so I like doing crafting, and while we watch like true crime videos or like cringe, we call it craft and crime or craft and cringe, or we just like talk and hang out, which is really fun. But for a while I was doing ASMR and guided meditations, which was really, really fun. But I feel like the ASMR category brings out a lot of the freaky little internet freaks, which, you know, a lot of my followers are going to be watching this video, and I'm most likely not talking about you. I don't want y'all to be like, what the fuck, cheeky, what the fuck. No, I'm just talking about like people who, you know, come in and they're like wanting you to like baby them, and like it becomes kind of like an emotional baggage kind of thing, or like it's like emotional labor. It's a lot of emotional labor, and it just becomes really overwhelming. Like there was, in the peak of my career, I was making thousands of dollars, and then now I make like $100 or $200 payouts, which is fine because like I hardly stream, and I tried to sell my art to make a living now, and it's okay. It's like very up and down, but so is Twitch. So to me, I'm like whatever. But yeah, it was just been such an interesting career to have in general, but for me to experience it and it be so good so quickly, and then it just kind of came like crashing down because I started to get really burnt out on ASMR because of the emotional labor. Like I was making YouTube videos and that wasn't nearly as hard because there's nobody like commenting and saying things live while you're live. But I've been a huge fan of ASMR for so long, and it was really, really fun making my own content. I would like to do it again for YouTube, but it's gonna be a while. Like right now, as you can see, I am in my kitchen. Hold on, let me get readjusted. I live in a camper that my husband and I renovated. And so it's like a tiny house. And my office, this area right here, is in just like a corner by the kitchen. I'm very grateful. I think it's like plenty of space for anybody. Obviously, I wish that I had an office because I have so many hobbies that there's just like piles of crafting materials all around me. It just becomes kind of overwhelming. Like there's just like too many things, and I would love to have, like, I'm a very organized person, so I would like to have, you know, closets with different like compartments and stuff, and have everything organized and not have like every single piece of material and everything around me. But I make it work because this is my life and I chose this life and it's all I can afford because I am a broke creative, which a lot of people are. And even if you work a normal job, you're still probably broke because of inflation and how we're getting shafted up the ass by just everything. The economy, inflation, the government, the minimum wage still being $7.25. Like nationally, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. But yeah, very interesting stuff. We're not going to get into that though. This is a good time. We're going to try to avoid things that are going to piss me off and probably piss you off in return. Also, this video is going to be a little edited. Like if there's like moments where I need to like think or something, I'm going to chop them out, because normally in the past we just like go for an hour and a half, and I don't edit it because that's like the fun of a podcast, is that it's like it can get kind of gritty and you just leave it in and it can be like whatever. But this one might get a little bit edited just because it's like my first time back, and I don't like it whenever there's like a little bit of silence. But anyways, so I am 31, live in a camper. It's very nice, but it's not very warm. Like right now I have 2 space heaters going and it's still really cold in here. So yeah, that fucking sucks. But I guess I'm lucky that I'm not homeless on the streets, because that would be way colder. So I like to have gratitude and know that I'm very lucky. But I really like my life. I do wish that I had more money. I think a lot of people are the same way. But just to be very transparent at this point in time, also let me reverse for a second. One of the other and kind of main reasons why I wanted to make podcast videos again, or vlogs, is because I want to know like what was going on with me at this point in my life. Like, I want to look back in a decade at this video and be like, wow, like she was so broke and like kind of depressed and blah, blah, blah. And hopefully by then I'm like in a really good place and like making money off of creativity and, you know, maximizing my happiness in different ways. And it's like, I think it'll be like humbling and like nice to be able to like look back and see this and be like, wow. Also, so not only for like a diary type purpose, but also because I think it's nice to be relatable. I think a lot of people on the internet are very fake. Not to be cliche, everybody on the internet is so fake. Like, everything you see is not real. Everything's face tuned. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people would absolutely never, ever tell you how much money they had in their bank account, tell you how much money they make from their job, tell you like what hard times they're going through, or like talk about mental health, because it's like taboo. And I'm like, I think that that's so fucking lame, because not only is it relatable to talk about that kind of stuff and give other people an idea of like, you know, a realistic thing, like, because somebody could probably look at my life and be like, wow, like, you know, she lives in her little tiny house thing that she renovated, it's really nice, like it's cheap for her to live, she must be really rich. And it's like, little do they know, I have like $800 in credit card debt and like literally $300 in my checking account with probably $30 in savings. So I just wanted to be transparent about that. And I think, and that fluctuates. Sometimes my credit card's completely paid off and it stays that way for a bit. But then there's a month where like I don't do well with selling my art or anything. And then I put everything on my credit card and run it up to $1,000. And then I have to spend the next multiple income sources that I get paying it back off. And so, yeah, it's like a struggle for sure. And in reality, yes, I could go get a normal job, but I did do that actually not that long ago. That was like, let's see, probably like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I got a job at like a front desk and I was making $18 an hour for like, and for the job it was pretty easy. It was like stressful when people would get mad at me, but like most of the job was just like manning the desk and like doing like what is it called? Not clerical. Like where you like do paperwork and stuff. Maybe that is clerical. Anyways, I was doing that and it was chill, but like even then, like they wouldn't give me very many hours, and it was like after taxes, like my checks just like weren't jack shit. And I was like, I feel like I could be at home like doing something I want to do more and like working harder at something that I want to do and making like the same amount of money, you know? But anyways, I was like, I had talked myself into like, you know, feeling happier about the job. Like, oh, I'm so grateful, I'm just gonna stick it out. And then I got laid off. So yeah, the universe was like, no, I got you. But yeah, so since then it's just been kind of like a little loop-de-doo. Like I've just been creating and not streaming very much, but I paint a lot, and I sell my stuff on Etsy, which, by the way, speaking of, this video is sponsored by Cheeky Goblin. I'd like to I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Cheeky Goblin. On Etsy.com, you can find Cheeky Goblin's shop, and They sell really great stickers, handmade bags, paintings, original paintings, and they're all pretty affordable for most of them being one-of-a-kind pieces. So thank you again to our sponsor, Cheeky Goblin. Please go check out their site. You can use no code for any discount, but you can go and support. So thank you so much to our sponsor today. So yeah, that's been kind of the update. Nars has been working. He really loves his job, and it's like a service industry job, and which is like what we both used to do for literally over a decade. And well, not him. He did it for a while, but me, I've been serving since I was like 18. But it's the best money for the shorter amount of time. But even then, it's like he works really long hours, to be honest. But anyways, they got told the other day that the business was being sold and they were all getting laid off, but now they're like taking it back and saying that they may stay open, and so that's kind of shitty and like up in the air, and so we're a little bit worried about that because that's like our main income. I mean, I'm definitely fucking worried about it because I'm riding that gravy train, baby. I'm trying to stay on the gravy train. Narcissus gravy train. That sounded disgusting. But we'll see. I'm just, not to be a fucking woo-woo hippie, but I'm trying to trust in the universe. She's never let me down before. Typically things happen for a reason in my life. I go through weird trials and tribulations, and it ends up being fine. And they're not even, the trials and tribulations like aren't that hard. It'll just feel like really stressful for like a week or something, and then I'm like, man, why did I even get stressed out? Like, everything worked out for the best. And it's like, okay, bitch, you should have trusted in the universe because mother knows best. But yeah, so anywho, I'm glad if you are here to watch this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions at all, please let me know in the comments. Literally any questions. I also have like a little file, like what is it called? A Google Doc, a Google questionnaire in the bio, or in the caption. I'll put it in the caption, but that way you guys can submit questions if you just have questions in general, or if you have like a goofy question, like if you were stranded on a desert island, like what are the 5 things you would want to have with you type shit, or it can be like a real question, like what was your childhood like? That's kind of an intense question, but just it can be literally anything, and I'll sift through and answer the ones that I want to answer and call it a day. But I think for the future of the pod, I think it would be really cool to have it be just me, but maybe have a list of topics that I want to talk about, which I always do have like a little list. Like I said, today is just going to be kind of dipping my feet back into the water, getting a feel for it, and letting you guys know that I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm here. It's okay. Don't be scared. You're like, I'm actually more scared now, so thank you. And I will be streaming. I will be posting videos with Nars here and there. It'll mostly be just me, but I do want to have guests on the show. I have a few friends that I want to bring on the show and do like have them as my co-host for the day and be silly, because if I love the people coming on the show, you guys most likely will too if you're a fan of me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, my life is literally so chill and boring. Most people would be like, wow, that's it? That's all you got? But I don't know, I don't see anybody. I moved up to Oregon at the beginning of the pandemic, and so I don't really have any friends here. I've seen a couple people since I moved up here, but really no one lives near me enough. Like, they're not close enough to me that I see them ever. I recently saw Narcissus coworkers, and they're really nice. We went to Thanksgiving at their house, which was really fun. But that was like my first gathering since the pandemic. So well, besides seeing the girls when I went to go to Washington to see my girlfriends, my sexual girlfriend, my girlfriends who I definitely have sex with. Yeah, you know who you are. But yeah, so I've just been kind of like solitary, which is fine. I don't mind being by myself. I kind of like alone time, but I'm also very extroverted. So I miss having a friend group that I can see frequently. That's definitely something that I've had to adjust to, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I started writing a book. I haven't written in like over a month, but I mean, to be fair, George R.R. Martin like takes a decade just to write like a quarter of a book, so I feel like I can take my time. I'm gonna take my time. She gonna get hers before I. Oh my god, DMCA is gonna be like, get her boys. It's Snoop Dogg. Oh my god, I said to my friends the other day, Snoop Dogg posted on his Instagram, it said, please respect my privacy, I'm quitting the smoke. He made like this whole thing about like giving up smoking weed, and I was like, I love how he's like, it felt like a death, like, and I'm like, well yeah, for you, because you smoke probably all day all night, but it's like apparently he's done it before, and I'm like, just give it up. Just give it up. Why do you need to give it up? Like, give up the charade, I mean. Like, why do you need to give up weed? Like, if you've been smoking this long, like, how would it be affecting you in a negative way? Because he said something about his family wanted him to stop or something. So I'm like, huh. They're like, we want to know the real you. We've never known you not high. What if he, like, became sober and he was like, hello, everybody. He just, how's it going, everybody? I'm Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion. And they're just like, whoa, actually get stoned again, please, ASAP. But yeah, I've been watching a ton of podcasts. Let's get into media of the week. I watch multiple podcasts on YouTube while I do my art, which please check out my art on my Cheeky Goblin Etsy page. I will link that in the bio as well. Get your Christmas gifts from my shop and support a small artist, and also get your loved one something one of a kind. They will absolutely love it, and it was made with love, period. But I've been watching Trisha's podcast, Just Trish. I watch Emergency Intercom, which is my all-time favorite podcast. I watch Bad Friends, which I was watching this like highlight reel from their show the other day, and it was making me cry. I had tears rolling down my face. Like their Bobby and Andrew's like improv that they do, where they like act something out, like a scene, and that it was like whenever they were enacting like them going on a date, that made me start crying. And yeah, I just love it. I think improv is so funny whenever it's done well. What else have I been watching? As far as TV, I was watching Outlander, but it got really repetitive. Like, if you know, you know. Like, one of them is always getting caught by the fucking redcoats, and it's just like every episode is them rescuing the other one from the redcoats. And I was like, okay, that's enough. That's enough, okay? Like, we get it. Y'all are getting caught by the fucking redcoats, okay? And then what else I've been watching? Unfortunately, the Kardashians. I hate watch that show. Because I can't stand anyone or anything on that show, but I watch it because I like seeing how wealthy people act and like what they do. But I feel like even they are not a real depiction of that, you know? Like, I don't know. I hate it so much, but I have like this weird like FOMO if I don't watch it. I really hate that I watch it. Maybe let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. and I started watching the show called Pluto, which is an Western anime that I think is loosely based on Astro Boy. It's like has to do with like robots and stuff. It's very cool. Really like it. I also watched the live action One Piece, and that is really cute and fun. Jujutsu Kaisen. I really love anime, but I try to like mix it up because there was a while when I was like only watching anime and I was like, yeah, it's like I feel like I'm going a little crazy. But how are you guys doing? Do you have anything good to say? Like, let me know in the comments what's been going on with you. Do you have anything you'd like to let me know about? Please feel free to just comment whatever you want below. I would love it. I would like to eventually, like once I kind of get the ball rolling again, I want to have like where I'm like looking stuff up on the computer and you guys can have a visual like on the screen of what I'm referring to, because I'm not joking. Like whenever I do that on stream, I've taught so many people like random things from the internet that they've never heard of before, because since I am like chronically online, like I'm constantly telling people about these things that I've seen or heard of, and then we'll like look it up in real time and I show them and they're always like, holy shit, like I can't believe that's a real thing. So I would love to kind of implement that into this as well, because I think it could be interesting. And I think knowledge is power, you know, knowledge is fucking power. So the more you know. But basically I have this like little area in the other side of my house that I want to film and use my good mics, and I want to have like a cool setup. I don't know. I don't want to put too much pressure on it, because all my favorite podcasts are just kind of like willy-nilly, you know, like whenever you start to try too hard, it just becomes like, you know, you're more focused on like the aesthetics than you are of like the actual content. But yeah, if you're somebody from my past, or somebody who doesn't know me, or somebody from Twitch, or somebody from TikTok, welcome in. Glad you're here. Please let me know how you felt about this episode in the comments. Please don't roast me too hard, because I have not filmed literally anything in probably 6 months plus, so I'm feeling a little rusty, and I'm freezing, so I feel like I've sat like a statue this whole fucking episode, and I like also am like still wearing my pajamas that I woke up in, and I'm just feeling like real crusty dusty, you know. But I think that doing this will be good for my mental health, because it'll feel like I'm talking to people, and I know that sounds silly, but it'll feel like I'm talking to friends. And you know, with this 5 o'clock dark bullshit that's going on, like 4:45 sun is peacing out behind the mountains, and I'm like, a tear just rolls out of my fucking eye, and then I'm like, okay, like what do I do? And I end up like sitting at my desk and painting and watching videos for hours and hours. But we gotta stand in solidarity together with this, the time change, the darkness rolling in, because it's fucking depressing as shit. But just know you're not alone. I don't even have the energy to get out of my sweats every day, or like a lot of times I wake up in the morning in bed and I'm like, I stare at the ceiling and I'm like, what's the fucking point? What's the point of even getting out of this bed, doing jack shit? What's the point? So if that's you, I'm here with you. We can do this. We can do this. Right before I started this episode, I ate like a Chobani yogurt, and I haven't had a yogurt in so long, and I'm like, that was weird. Like that felt weird. Just like shoveling this thick dairy into my gullet. But I'm like, ooh, ice cream, give me that. I think the like yogurt's consistency is just so like sour cream like. It's just kind of disturbing whenever I think about it too hard. But I feel like y'all are gonna be so grossed out by that, and then also, like, no one else is really feeling that way, you know? So sorry if I put that into your head. But yeah, oh yeah, also these are my children. They don't have names, so if you have any ideas for names, these are my two fugglers. And then this one's Pochita, and then this one's Hangyodon. Oh my god, his is so bright. But yeah, basically the two fugglers need names. And I really love them. I really love them. But yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. I miss everybody. I'm so glad to be back. Thank you for watching. We didn't really dip too far into everything I wanted to talk about because I honestly need to go lay down. I just realized I've been sitting in this chair since the moment I woke up, and it's only 3 p.m. but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But also, you would have believed it because it's dark outside. And yeah, but thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe because you want to be able to see the videos whenever they come out. I need to figure out what day would be best to put videos out. I'm thinking like Tuesday. I don't know. I feel like weekdays are always better for people, and I feel like all of my favorite creators put their videos out on Mondays and Fridays. So I'm like, maybe I should pick one of the other days so it's like more filler for people's weeks. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. We will get into more stuff next week. I don't even know when I'm putting this video out, but I will catch you guys on the next one. And until then, you can find all of my links below in my card, which is kind of like a link tree. My TikTok, my YouTubes, my Etsy shop. Don't forget the paintings and stuff. And like social medias and all that. But Cheeky signing off. Good to see you guys. Thank you for watching Goblin Mode. Good night.